guys, welcome to the final part of week 40. I want to say thank you guys for tuning in. So, I wasn't really 100% sure how to wrap this whole thing up. Didn't know if I should try to go for another deck or something like that, but I knew overall I wanted to give my kind of final thoughts into everything, and I know I don't really ever upload on Saturdays. I usually finish up my videos on Friday, and start back on Monday or so, but right now is currently like 3 hours before I even have to leave for league, so I figured I would go ahead and just give you guys my final input before I go ahead and just go to the final league before we set off for nationals, which is literally like within a few days. Honestly, it's a 2014 calendar. Why am I looking at that? But pretty much I did some extensive playtesting on Pokemon TCG Online. Now the problem with that is online opposed to real life, you're gonna get different kinds of hands and such, and for me personally, I have a different mindset and everything when it comes to playing online and playing in real life. Like in real life, I play a lot differently in a way. That's why online you might see me make some mistakes or something like that, because it's a different kind of element for me, honestly. But I play tested quite a bit. And the two decks that I have built that I'm looking at right now are Dialga Aegislash and Night March, which is the two decks that I did feature on my sessions. And I purposely did that. I do have other decks that I can build. I can play Seismitoad, I can play Evital if I wanted to. I can play Speed Lugia. I can play a lot of different decks, honestly, and there's even there's even a possibility of getting there and buying something from the vendor and playing that and everything. But as of right now, these are the two decks that I am looking at, but I'm not sure what I want to play. I'm kind of looking at some other decks. Like, I know Raichu is a pretty cool deck, but I'm not really 100% sure on that one. I want to play Night March. I feel like my Night March is really accustomed to my playstyle. I feel like this thing is just really, I don't know, this deck is really accustomed to how I like it, and how I want to play it and everything. And I've gotten to where I've gotten a lot less aggressive with it, so that way I don't deck myself out. But it's the same time that Night March is one of the most hyped decks coming into nationals because of Lysander Trump card being banned. And people are going to be teching against it. People are building their decks because I honestly feel like that Night March is going to be a gigantic percentage of what's played there. Also, there's Flareon decks. I can build Flareon too. That's another deck that I can definitely build. That's another deck that's getting hyped up pretty well. And then a lot of decks that suffer against these huge speed decks, like Virgin Genesect, which will be played. There's no way that deck's not going to be played. It's a very good deck if it can get set up and get taken off. You guys get what I mean. Virgin is definitely a very good deck, and just there's obviously going to be Rayquaza decks, which I can build that too. There's definitely going to be those. There's going to be variants. There's so many different variants for Rayquaza that it's absolutely ridiculous. Then like I was saying Raichu. I was mentioning that earlier. There is a lot of Raichu variants actually that I've seen on Pokemon TCG Online. Then there's going to be some rogue type decks out there too. You can be expecting Eggs is going to be there. Executor, that's definitely going to be a deck that's played. It's going to be Manectric variants. I feel like Manectric variants and Raichu variants have increased in popularity a lot actually, just because of the fact that Rayquaza was, it comes back to Lysander's Trump card being banned because it was such a good combination of being able to discard your Shamans whenever your opponent would get rid of your Skyfield, and then Trump carding them back and being able to just recycle Shamans and such. But it just, there's a lot of factors that I have pretty much just been coming into play with. And also, you have to worry about your bat stacks. That's something that I completely forgot. You got Landers bats, you got Wobbuffet bats, you have Raichu bats. I mean, see, there's just endless possibilities there as well. And, last year I had a pretty good idea of the deck that I was pretty much focused and set on playing. Towards the end, I was like, okay, I'm just going to play a Vettel, and I'm going to play a Vettel Raichu. And then I just added in the Landers. And honestly, like, that deck, I actually did a video called What I Should Have Played for Nationals like last year. And it was pretty much the same deck, but just with a little things geared towards more my playstyle. And that deck honestly was a lot better than one I previously had. Like, in my mind, I'm kind of gearing towards Seismitoad a little bit as well. But I haven't tested Seismitoad without Trump Card is the problem. I haven't at all picked up a Seismitoad and built it and tested it. And we are literally leaving within like 4 or 5 days. So, and honestly, I'm not going to be able to meet up with the guys really at all because I'm going to be busy these upcoming days. So, of course, I can throw one together online, but getting back to what I was saying earlier, it's just, for me, it feels a lot different playing online than it does in real life. That might not be the case for a lot of people, but I feel like it's just some of the hands and stuff like that that I do draw into on Pokemon TCG Online are hands that I do not get in real life as many times as I played that deck. Like, it's ridiculous. And I can also build Donphan. I've seen that Donphan has increased in popularity as well over the past couple weeks. Fairies is an option too. But the thing is like, Nationals is pretty much the biggest tournament. The U.S. Nationals is the one I'm referring to. Excuse me, is the biggest tournament for Pokemon in the entire world. So you're walking in, you're like, okay, there's gonna be just this gigantic, just field of everything. There's this format is pretty crazy, honestly, and I felt like this format has gotten a little less crazy in a sense with Trump Card being banned, because honestly, with Trump Card in the format, Toad just ran through pretty much everything that it went against. A lot of the times, just because of the fact that they can lock you and you couldn't really do much because they would be able to recycle things just over and over. But it's really hope this vlog's not running too long. It's just I really wanted to get my final thoughts into coming into Nationals and give you guys kind of what I was. Okay, I really hope to God you guys didn't hear that. But I'm really just trying to get a point across to you guys as of what my mindset is right now. I am nervous. I am pretty nervous. I know that I'm going to be able to make great vlogs because, it's just, Nationals is such a big event, and there's going to be a lot to do. But at the same time, as someone who runs this channel, someone who wants to bring content that you guys will love, wants to do the best he absolutely can for you guys. And I felt like last year I completely flopped, and it made me feel bad. I want to do good for you guys. I want to be able to make a video saying, hey guys, this is the video this is the deck that I did really well with, and I want to share the list with you guys. Just like something that would make you guys go, I'm not watching a complete joke of a player or nothing like that, but and also in the back of my mind, like everyone's graduating from college, going off doing things with their life, so I feel like this might be the last Nationals that I will probably attend. So there's also that too, but I don't know what the future holds. I don't know what we're going to be doing. I don't know where I'm going to be a year from now or what I'll be doing. But I definitely do do feel like if I did walk in with Dialga Aegislash, that I would be very surprised, because honestly, this deck is pretty sweet. It's really fun. I really like this deck. I really like this list. But at the same time, you know, I don't know. I'm not the best with this deck, and that's what I'm gonna try to fix today. Playing it as much as I absolutely can. The problem with me, I want to play Night March also, but I know that's going to be a huge risk, because everyone knows that Night March is one of the most powerful decks going into Nationals now, because once those Night Marchers get in there, then, I mean, really the deck has two functions. Either the deck's not going to work that well, or the deck's going to absolutely explode and steamroll over the opponent. You know, that's pretty. There's no in between, really, because all the Pokemon in the deck are so fragile, and you know the deck's pretty much built towards, you know, knockout, game over, and that's pretty much how that is. Flareon, it's kind of the same way in a sense, but you know there's a little different, because you have different things going on, and I felt like a Raichu variant, or Flareon variant, I guess you would say. Of course, either way, this is going to make sense. It's going to make sense if you add in Raichu and Flareon together. One deck that I was looking at was Flareon Raichu with 2 or 3 Hawluchas put into the deck. That's another thing I was looking at. Also, you know, I'm looking at so many decks, and you know, I'm thinking, you know, do I try to make something and try to make it work, or try to find something that I like, or do I need to set my sight on something now before I go into it? You know, and another problem with me playing Night March is I'm worried that I'm going to be going against the Latios deck, and I feel like that's going to be something really bad for me to go against. Just because of the fact that Latios is just, like, I'll be so scared, because I know I'll start like with a Pumpkaboo or a Joltik or something like that, and they'll just fast rate for the game. But, you know, I don't know. I felt like this vlog has run a little long. Let me just check and see how long this is running for. Oh god. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to cut it here. But yeah. Before I go, this is gonna be really quick, I promise. I'm gonna try to have part 1 uploaded pretty quickly. I'm gonna try to have part 1 uploaded like before we even head to the event or the actual tournament, like I did last year. I'm gonna try anyway, but no promises, and there will be a lot of parts. And if you're watching this, League Week 41 will be probably uploaded really fast. I'll probably upload those videos probably, honestly, I'm looking at, I might upload them today or tomorrow, because I want to have my slate completely clean, have no worries or nothing like that, because it's going to be the league videos and then going to nationals. So that's what this week's looking at, upcoming week. But, you know, life has been crazy on my end. Grandma went to the hospital a couple weeks ago, and my mom went to the hospital last week. And so, you know, things have been really crazy there. But we're all good now. They're both doing wonderful. And you guys, if you're seeing this, make sure you tune in to week 41, whenever that is uploaded. And I love you guys so much, and thank you so much for watching. And personally, from me to you guys, I love you so much, and thank you guys for all the support you've given me. And I hope that I can do good for you guys, which is my main goal. You know, if I flop in a tournament, I hope at least that the vlogs and my journeys and everything will be good enough for you. Or if I can do both, that'll be even better. But you guys take care. I love you so much. And this is Epic Pokemon TCG signing out. I'm going to go have some coffee. I love you guys, and take care. Hey, also, there's going to be another video. Go check that out. I'm going to make it literally right after this. So, take care, guys.